Okay. So this is the road to 25K. And I don't care where you're at. If you're a 5K, you can get to 25K. My first month in the business, I went from 1 June to 30 June. And at the end of that month, I was at 24,500 and something. Okay. I was just under 25K affiliate from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
So you've already got teams. And if you watched my live this morning, I talked about the factory. You've got to create a factory, okay? And Lily, I know you're familiar with this because we talked a lot about in WGN creating this factory of this rank, right? This position. You don't want it to be the lowest position, but you want it to be the first significant position. So that first significant position for us in this company is 5K affiliate. Because guess what? If I get two 5K affiliates, if I bring in two people and I put them through the 5K affiliate factory and they come out 5K, guess what I am? 10K.
Okay.
Right? If I want to be, it makes it so incredibly easy because, and I did this to Thomas a little bit ago. I said, you've got to be good. He goes, okay, badass. You gotta watch everything you do with these little ones. Right? But if you want to be a 25K affiliate, you take 5 of your leaders and you work with them and get them into 5K. You put them through the factory, right? Now, does that mean you stop bringing new people on? Absolutely not. You know, we brought on 10 people last month. I've already got 1 new HempWorks exec this month, and plan to just, go as the flow goes, especially now with the new system. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you about the new system. It's amazing, and it's scary. Okay? Here's why it's scary. First, let's go with the positive. Here's why it's amazing. Because we've got people like you guys that understand marketing, right? Meredith, you're a MOB. So, oops, hold on just a second. He's in the kitchen sleeping.
The beauty of being an online marketer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could jump up and get.
I love it.
My wife drives a school bus for the city here in Coeur d'Alene, and so she just got in. Otherwise, I tend to keep the door open so I can hear Thomas, and now especially with the puppy. But he's crashed. He's in his crash mode, which is really nice with puppies. They crash for hours at a time, and then they run for 10 minutes. So the good news is, the amazing part is people like Meredith, you guys you're MOB, Troy, you understand marketing. You're familiar with all this. Lily's familiar with marketing on Facebook and marketing and doing all that stuff. If people are Troy Bell, great example. If people are marketers, and we've got a lot of people on the team that are marketers and been wanting something, even though I've had conversations with them and the system that Josh put together is marketable, but Chris Record, I can tell you, I was with Chris Record in Techademics. He is a genius and a millionaire on putting systems and funnels together that convert very highly, right? And he showed that. When he put the CBD challenge on, when he first came in the company, he zipped to 100K very, very quickly. I mean, he was bringing in executives like that. Boom, 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 right? And how many executives do you need to bring in a month? You bring in 10 executives in a month, 20 executives in a month with this system, and man, you're rolling in the dough first off, and you're, a rank up from what you were, okay? So for those people who are not afraid of marketing, are not afraid of, generating traffic and pushing traffic to a good system that's going to convert, the Power Team system, as it's going to be called, is amazing. It's phenomenal. For you as leaders, here's going to be the challenge that you're going to have. You're going to have a lot of people that have no clue
how to work it
and want to do it, right? They're going to want to jump in, and we're seeing this already. People asking questions that I have no idea where they came from. Well, what if this is fraudulent? What if, they're getting too many emails? What? Are you kidding me? So you're always going to get those people that just are kicking and screaming against success. There's always going to be a reason. So a new system like this, you're going to find a lot of people that are going to rise to the top, that are going to be those marketers that you're going to want to run with and say, yeah, great, let's get this. I found here, so-and-so used this ad and they had great response from it. Let's try that, so forth. And they've got money to, spend maybe on some, initially on some Facebook marketing or buying some traffic or whatever, right? Because this thing is proven. It already converts. We know it converts because the CBD challenge was huge, right? And you just got to understand that you're going to have people on your team, okay? Now, Lily, you've got people that are jumping up already. Ksenia, Yulia, she's on her way back to the U.S. and I'm sure she's helping fly the plane.
On the road, yeah.
Yeah, she's probably helping the plane fly right now. She's so excited. I mean, it's
right.
We've got, Troy, you've got a number of people on your team that are going crazy. Meredith, you've got people that are coming out of the woodwork now and getting excited again. We've got all these people that, are seeing this and saying, yeah, I need to make rank this month. I need to make rank this month. So we need to capitalize on two things, okay? I need to answer this text real quick. Okay, two things you need to capitalize on now and promote. And I'm going to put a post up today, even to general public, about what our company's doing, because in 40 years of being involved with this, I've never seen a company do this before. If you sit down and look at all the money they're giving away for the convention, what did I just say? I think I used the word if. When I make 100K affiliate this month, they're going to give me $2,500. They're going to pay for my room, pay for my flight, and give me 10 entries in the drawing to win a car. Now, can you see why I want you guys to make 25K this month? Mm-hmm. I want you to hit 25K because as a 25K, what is it? I think $1,000 or $750. And I think they either pay for your room or pay for your flight. Mm-hmm. And I believe you would get 10 entries I've never seen this before. It's huge. We need to capitalize on this. We need to get our team so excited and in a mode of we are gonna create a 5K factory, because at 5K they're gonna get 10 entries and $250 above and beyond what they get. So they're gonna get to the convention, they're gonna get handed $250 and a chance to win a brand new car. And they're a 5K affiliate, right? Now I'm going to tell you, you guys know that 5K is that first milestone. Once you hit 5K, yeah, we've got to keep it. And some people like to give me heart palpitations every month and take me to the last day and requalify.
Lily Romero, I know about you.
I'm not, Troy, I'm not going to mention any names, Lily. But okay.
I'm sitting there praying for you.
And I'm not one of these that, no, I promise you, I've been working since day one. It just like April was just like crazy. I know. At all.
I reached out to Lily 4 or 5 times during the month and said, is there anything I can do to help you? You know, issues. And I knew she was working her tail off, right?
Yes, all along. But that's the way the cards played out. It's crazy. That and that very first time that I hit 5K. I'll say that yes, but
well, and I'm not going to, there's another person I'm not going to let off the hook either, but they'll remain nameless, Meredith.
See, Meredith.
Meredith was right at the end too.
I'm working hard. I said I have to start all over again.
That's okay. That's okay. You've started. Okay. So now we need to get you to 10K and to 25K.
Yeah.
But this month, be kind to your upline and his weak heart. Let's push hard right now, you know.
Carlos teased me and he said, "I'm gonna call you last minute, Lily," and I'm like, "No, please, no, please, no, I promise."
And I apologize. He got that from me because I was he and I were talking. I said, "That last minute, Lily," you know. And
oh no! Now I know that you guys.
He told me I'm not coachable. He says, and I said, "Oh man, I'm a coach and I'm not coachable." I said, "I gotta pick up. I gotta pick that."
and you guys, you know, we love you. We love you guys dearly, and it's we're just Lily. Don't ever think that I know you. I know you are working. Both of you are working hard. All three of you are working hard all month long. It's just, you're right. It's just the way the cards are. You know, if you remember when I made 25K, it was the last day after the convention. It was the last day at 8:00 at night, you know, so it was the same kind of a thing. So I know where you're at, but we've got a lot of momentum now with what happened, especially with you two. You're right on that momentum roll. You know, I mean, here it is, the first day of the month, really. I mean, because it updates, so you're always a day behind. And I'm at almost 63K already, 6,300 in Business Fire. So I've already requalified 5K. I'll most likely hit 10K today, and you know we're pushing hard. But I can't do that without you guys. So I'm not even, you know, I'm going to be working with people all month long, but this group right here is the one I'm going to be spending time with. So I'm going to want to do Zooms like this probably every other day. Okay. Because especially I talked to Aaron today, and I will probably get access to the new system, and you guys may too. It may, I don't know who else is going to get it, but he said, you know, obviously, he told me, he said, obviously, you're going to get it. So I'll probably get access to the new system today. As soon as I get access to the new system, I will do a Zoom with you guys and share my screen and go through it and give you some, you know, good training on it, some tips and everything. I just put a video, Lily, I told you, the Road to a 5K group. I put that video together. It's I've got to process it and put it on the YouTube channel to explain, and hopefully put the people that have a need to ask questions. You know, I'd like to meet the person that said there are no stupid questions. You know, and I don't know that I would use the word stupid, but there are so many questions that are just, I don't even want to say useless, but are so unneeded. And I was amazed that already after everything that we saw yesterday, people were asking questions that just blew me away.
Yeah, negative questions too. I saw some of those out there.
Oh yeah. They're just and they're crazy questions, and people that I, you know, one of them I expected, but a new girl, I like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that. But the reality is that I want to nip that in the bud. I want people to understand that, to, you know, if you guys seen the Bob Newhart clip that I put up a while back, where, you know, I don't know if you remember Bob Newhart, but Bob Newhart used to have the Bob Newhart show, and he was a shrink, and he worked in an office and everything. And I love what he's, you know, he tells this woman, I'm going to give you 2 words, right? Stop it. And that's what I want to say. And then at the end, he says, okay, you better write, I'm going to give you 10 words. You better write, because she's got a fear of being buried alive in a box. And so the last 10 words are, stop it, or I'm going to bury you alive in a box. You know, so I want to say this sometimes to these people, you know, what made you think about that? Stop going down that rabbit hole. If you're going to go down a rabbit hole, go down the rabbit hole is, how can I get more traffic to this? You know, where can I find more traffic? I need to find more traffic. I need to, you know, that's what the rabbit hole I want you to go down. So you need to be prepared. Please don't take a lot, if any, time to answer those questions, because people are going to have them. They're going to say, well, you know, what if they get too many emails and da-da-da and all that? I'm going to tell you what my response to those people are going to be, okay? let's say Troy asked me, well, Ron, what about, what if the company doesn't like this or they don't approve it or something? Okay. My first question or answer to them is going to be, hey, Troy, that's not, what an amazing question. How many people did you contact today? Well, I didn't really talk to anybody today. Great, then you don't have to worry about the system, do you?
Yeah.
Let's get you contacting. Let's get you connecting. Let's get you people in front of the system, and then let's worry about that. Because you know what they're doing? They're diverting themselves from having to work. I was talking to someone the other day, and you guys are the examples of this. I love it. And she was, God bless her. She was, Ron, I've been doing this almost, a year now, and I'm not having any success. And I said, so let's chat. And I do everything you say. And I said, okay, great. How are your lives coming along? I'm not doing lives. I'm pretty sure I've said do lives, right? Have you guys ever heard me talk about doing lives?
Maybe once or twice. Yeah.
Maybe once or twice, right? Yeah. So
Often.
I said, well, okay, so let's go back to your first statement. You're not doing everything I told you, right? Well, yeah, but I'm not doing lives. I get no engagement. And then I get these people that reach out to me and man, they're so excited about my success and everything. And then they say, can you loan me some money? And then I get the people that say, yeah, I'd love to do your business, but right now I'm on food stamps and people are in that position. What do you need to do? And I've said this 100 times, right? If you can't change your friends, you need to change your friends. If you can't change your audience, you need to change your audience. So I told her, I said, you need to have a new audience. It's not the program. It's your audience. You're talking to the wrong people. If I'm talking to people that live in, Alaska about how we can, start a tropical resort, they're going to look at me like I'm an idiot, right? So if you're talking to people that you want to get involved with the business, even if it's $32 and they can't afford to buy food, you're probably not going to have much luck. And, you can spend a lot of time with people like that. Sometimes they just don't get it. They want to be on the poor me train. We talk about the struggle bus. Some people love the struggle bus. You ever met those people? They just love being on the struggle bus. You don't have the time for that. It's like Todd Falcone said, this rocket is going with or without us. Have you guys noticed that? How many people have come out of the woodwork that are now selling CBD oil? Junk, trash CBD oil, but are now selling CBD oil. Was Todd lying when he said this is going with or without us? No, it's going. We just happen to be on the luxury, high-speed, 1,000-mile-an-hour train and at the best place and the best time. If we spend too much of our time, love on them, do what you can to help them, but there are people that just don't really want to be helped. They just don't want to be helped. They want to be on the struggle bus because that's somewhere along the line they've been taught that's where they get the most attention. You want to get to 25K. So you need to work with your 5K factory. If you're going to make this work, if you're going to have success, you need to forget about getting people to 10K, forget about getting people to 25K, 50K, 100K. You have one job, one focus. You need to break as many 5K affiliates as you can break. Some won't make it. If someone brings in 4,000 in volume and doesn't make it, what does that do for you?
Helps.
That's 4,000 in volume, right?
Right.
Now, you don't want to go into it saying, I know a bunch of you won't make it, but that's okay. Let's get you as high as we can to help me. But it's just a fact. Some people aren't going to make it to 5K. But they're all going to try, hopefully, if you're working with the right people. So you should have only one focus and one focus only. Okay, it's a twofold focus, right? And if you watch the live I did this morning, I kind of talked about it. You've got two factories, and they parallel each other. You know, it's like those. Have you ever seen those people that put those dominoes together, and when you hit the first one, they just keep going, and every once in a while they'll hit a spot where it triggers something else, and then it goes and does something else. You have a prospect factory first, and that's where this system is going to help. The system and the promotion going on is going to help immensely. You want to get as many prospects into that factory assembly line as you can. Once they come out on the other side as affiliates, you now need to gently walk them over to your 5K factory, get them in that 5K factory, and start working with them and getting as many as you can out of there. That's the only thing you should be doing. That's the only thing I'm going to be doing this month. I'm going to be working with you guys, getting you better and better and better at your 5K factory. My first month in the business, that's all I did. I concentrated on getting 5Ks. I happened to get a 10K out of it. And then I taught Carlos how to bring in 5K. We got 2 more 5Ks, three or four rank advancements that month. Okay. Not enough. Lily, you've got some real superstars. Leticia, Teresa, Ksenia, Julia. I mean, you've got and more coming.
Terry. She was under the weather too. It's like my top leaders were under the weather, like all 3 of them. My top producers for April had life happen. Yeah,
but they're back in space.
Oh yeah.
They're back and excited, every single one of them. Okay. Troy, you've got Melissa, you got Chris Christopherson. You got this woman's name is Chris Christopherson. I'm not joking.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Her name it's a he. I mean a she, but every time he says that.
That's the one that you helped me with, Lily.
Oh
yeah.
That's cool.
Meredith, you've got a number of people, and you need more, but you've got people, we always need more people. I brought in a guy yesterday. He reached out to me. He had pre-enrolled off of a live I did. He reached out either yesterday or the 30th at night, sent me a message and said, Ron, I'm done. I'm over. And I'm reading it going, I'm all in. And yesterday before I said, great, let's talk tomorrow. Outstanding. And before I could talk to him, he bought a HempWorks executive pack, and he put 12 people in a Daring Dream Team.
Wow.
But they're all prospects. So I had to tell him, hey, we can't do that yet. We're not putting prospects in there. But he wants this, bad. And that's what you want. You want those people that, it's like Les Brown says, right? They're hungry. I love that when he does that. If you guys haven't watched that motivational one that Aaron put up there, that's one of my favorites. When he talks about, how he started as a radio DJ and all that.
Yeah, that one is cool.
That one is so good.
I love the one that Troy and his wife shared. That was nice.
Oh, that was good too. I'm actually jealous of Troy that he actually.
I know.
But
they got to see him.
Guess what? We're all going to get to do probably, and most likely.
At the convention.
So I got to give you guys something real quick. So I walk up on stage, and we had VIP passes. So we walk up on stage, and I go to reach my hand out to shake his hand, and he just looks me straight in the eye, and he says, "You have greatness in you." And I just, just goes right to your soul, And then I introduced my wife to him, and he didn't know that before I walked on stage, I went to his personal assistant, that you do not get to Les Brown unless you get through his personal assistant. I gave her my business card and asked if I could do a live with Les Brown on Facebook. I don't know. Right now, it's just, I don't know, Yeah. But I had my HempWorks hat on, and I turned back to him as we start to walk off the stage, and I said, "Oh, Les," I go, "I'll see you in October." And he kind of looked at me. He was really tired. He'd flown from the East Coast to the West Coast and stayed up late doing this training, And he looks at me, and sees the HempWorks. He goes, "Hey, I want you to know I'm on your product." And you guys are the only ones I've told that to. So he's actually on our products.
That is awesome.
He's a 27-year survivor of prostate cancer.
Yep.
That is a blessing.
Love it.
So he does everything he possibly can, to.
He's been fighting that. I remember years ago when one of the first times I heard him speak that he had talked about that, and he doesn't make it very totally apparent, but he has talked about it a couple of times. And can you imagine at the convention we've got the number 13 top all-time lifetime earner in the world. Not only I know Robert's going to be speaking, obviously, but not only speaking, but he's our upline, right? Our mentor. We've got Les Brown, one of the top motivational speakers in the world. Todd Falcone. I mean,
amazing.
It's gonna be off the hook. But you guys need to create 5Ks. Please don't worry about 10Ks and everything else. When you get a 5K that makes 10K, what are you gonna do?
Become 25, 50.
But what do you
help the 10K get 5K factories going?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay? It always needs to come down to making 5Ks. Mm-hmm. So once you bring a 5K in, and so we look at, I don't know, Osby. Let's say Osby gets to 5K. The first thing he needs now to learn is to create a 5K factory. Not worry about getting a 10K, not worrying about anything else. Just I need to create a 5K factory, because it becomes scalable. It's like paid marketing. You can't scale organic marketing, but you can scale paid marketing. If I put $1 in my funnel and I get 2 out, now what am I going to do? I want to put $100 in. I want to put $1,000 in, right? I can scale it. With organic marketing, I can't do that, because I reach out to 20 people one time and I get 2 paid affiliates. I reach out to 30, I get 1. It's not scalable. A 5K factory is scalable, right? I know that if I bring in new 5K people on different legs, obviously, then I'm a 10K. So what do I do? What do I do if I want to be a 25K? I put 5 leaders in my 5K factory, people that want to be 5K, and I create 5Ks. Don't worry about 10Ks. Don't worry about 25, 50s, any of those. Okay? That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to help you guys create a massive, successful 5K factory, and I'm going to create my factory. Carlos has already got the road to 5K. That's a 5K factory. Jump in there. And we need to teach people, don't point, guide, and direct. They can either use the system, or I would encourage them to use the YouTube channel. I'm putting videos in there all the time. It's a lot. Even as much as I love this new system that Chris has got going, I still am going to probably send people to the YouTube channel, just because it's easy. People know YouTube. I don't have to worry about, okay, remember your system. You've got to log into your system and then go search all that. That's great. That's really cool. And those that are tech savvy and everything will get that and use it. But the reality is that there's a lot of people out there that aren't that tech savvy, but they do know YouTube and Facebook. So I'm still going to be putting all kinds of things. My watch just said it's going to rain in 5 minutes. It's like, how did my watch know that? Anyways, and point, guide, and direct. You want to make this as duplicatable and easy as possible. So what questions do you have for me? And we will, wind this up, wrap it up, or any questions? Bueller?
I think it's hard without knowing more yet.
Yeah.
To know the questions. I've got questions. I've got thoughts in my mind, but I'm not going to sit and ask questions till I really know what's going on.
And some of those I may not be able to answer, obviously, at this point. So.
Yeah.
I did have a question, Ryan, and you may not know because we're still trying to figure it out, but I can hear the questions coming. The biggest is, once I start putting my people into this power team program that we have going on, the new one, how do I know that they're going to come back to me and someone else from the team won't have my people?
Oh, because it's going to be the same thing as if you send them to like hempworksbizop.com. When they go there, you're going to have your own link for the system.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's going to be tied to you. So when you send somebody that link and they go there, if they upgrade, just like if they take the free tour, just like if you send them to your HempWorks BizOp site, right? They automatically become a pre-enrollee in your back office. It's tied directly to MDC. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. And it's pretty much what I explained too, but I wanted to make sure that I was correct with that.
No one's gonna. It is absolutely no different than if you sent them to one of your capture pages in the MDC back office. They are tied together because of a thing called an API interface. So when they go to the Power Team system, and it's kind of like when on Wednesday nights when you send that PowerTeamHangout.com/ID equals James and Meredith, whatever your username is, right? When they click that, because you put that ID and your username at the end, all the buttons on that page are now tied to you. So when anybody clicks, get started now or whatever, it automatically takes them to your pre-enrollee. This system is a little more sophisticated than that, because now within the system, when you send them your link that you'll have for the Power Team system, within that system, it's hard coded, or it's tied to you. So anybody that you send there, when they start watching the videos and looking around and everything, and they decide, okay, yeah, I want to check this out and take a tour, it will automatically be tied to it'll register them with your MDC. So people can't, no one else will even know they've been on there. So no one else can take anybody's people.
Whenever you get done with a question, I do have one.
Okay. Does that answer your question, Meredith?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. You know how we have a domain, like I have my domain that I've attached to my capture page. Yep. Do you find it still necessary to go ahead and get another domain? I was in the verge of getting another little domain for one of my other links. At this point, would that be kind of pointless since we're getting this, or is this a domain is good still?
Good domains are always nice to have. I've got some domains I just hold because they're only $14 a year or something.
Right. Yeah.
So if you find one that you really like and it's worth it, then I would always recommend getting it. And
instead of having, because you know how they have the links there, as Chris Records showed it. Would it be smart to wait and attach it to one of those links?
Well, I would get the domain, and then if it's a really cool domain, then you can go in and forward it to one of the links that are in the new system.
Okay, so the new system, but are they already there though? The ones that he showed, are they already there? Or
once you get access to the new system, they'll be in there, I believe.
So it's like they're going to be in my. I guess my question would be: are those links that he displayed there going to be the ones that we already have, but
they're going to be
they're not
they're going to be, I think, different looking pages, but
the same.
But the end result will be it'll take them to the Power Team system tied to you, and then when people pre-enroll, then they'll be pre-enrolled in your back office.
Thank you. All right.
Okay. What I use is my website, Work with Ron Deering, and there's a plugin in WordPress called Pretty Links, and I think you have that in the site I designed for you, but so I have a link, and within Pretty Links, what you can do is you can say, I want this long link. It's like a tiny URL kind of thing. I want this long link to be assigned to workwithrondeering.com/CBD or whatever. And then I can give them that. So I have one called CBD Movement. And it's that one, actually, that one's not a Pretty Link. It's a page I designed, but that's what I use. Now I have one called workwithrondeering.com/tour, and that's pointing to one of the HempWorks pages. Okay. That will most likely be changed over to the Power Team system, and it'll point to that. Okay. Because
it'll happen on its, do you have to manually do that, or will it just?
Well, once I set up that link between the two, then it's on. Then I can give people workwithrondeering.com/tour instead of da 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 equals username source. I don't whatever. If you're just copying and pasting things, that's okay. But those links always look suspect and things like that.
And you can always modify, say that if there's a new opt-in, I call them opt-in pages or capture pages. If there's a new design, you can always just
go in there and change it.
Edit it, right, and change it. Oh,
yeah, just go in and change it.
Got it.
And see, these are questions that marketers ask. The new person is going to be asking questions like, well, if I use, like you were saying, Meredith, if I use that link, what if someone steals my people? It's like, really? There's a term for that. You guys realize that, right? It's called scarcity mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And I early on, I got this with people all the time. No, man, I'm not adding anybody to the vision team. Robert's gonna steal them. Really? Aaron was even saying that. No, unless you've pre-enrolled them and they're tied to you, man, I wouldn't add them to the vision team. It's like, okay. That's a mindset of lack. It's a scarcity mindset because it's like people that are concerned about. And I had someone ask me this yesterday. Isn't CBD oil? Don't you think it's getting saturated? I'm like, okay, let's just. I told him. I said normally I would not take time to answer that question. I would just look at you and say, "Yep, it is. It is saturated. It's as saturated as hamburgers are. But it's amazing how many fast food hamburger joints keep popping up all over the place. Right?
It's a never-ending thing.
It is. But I took the time because it's one of our team, and I said, here, let me just explain to you. They're predicting this to be $1 trillion industry, at least a $22 billion, but they're well beyond that now. They did 600 million last year. Does that sound saturated to you? Well, yeah, when you put it that way, it's like, I don't know how else to put it. Those are the facts. There's no way this is saturated. But everybody I've talked to has heard of CBD oil. Hey, that's a good thing, right? You don't even have to explain it. Why could that, what possibly could that be? Well, because they get it at the gas station or they get it here. It's like, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Here's why that doesn't work for people. They're worried about the product instead of them. I never get those questions. You know why? Because I'm always working on being a better Ron.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. I've had people reach out to me and say, yeah, I know I can get this probably someplace cheaper. It's probably, junk and everything else, but I want to get it from you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get it from you. The difference in any of the CBD oil out there and ours is you. Is you. Okay? Troy and I were talking about this before we started. I'll leave you with this. A young lady that's on the team, and she's one of these that loves the struggle bus. I've been doing everything you said. I've been doing everything you taught me. And first thing I asked her was, "Do you do lives?" And no, I hate lives. And the reality is that she says, and then I get people that reach out to me, and then they end up going with other people. They end up joining other people's team. And in my mind, I wanted to say, yeah, does that surprise you? I'd join another team too if you reached out to me.
Right.
But if you feel that way about someone you're talking to, there's a good reason why that, right? Because they're somebody that you look at and go, yeah, I don't care how good the product is. I'm finding somebody else, right? So you need to always make sure, and you guys, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but your team needs to understand that we always say this kind of a cliche that people do business with those they know, like, and trust. Well, that's a reality. That's just a reality. That's why lives are so important, because I can post pictures and graphics and sayings and selfies and all that stuff up there till I'm blue in the face. But because I can't react, I can't, interface with that graphic, anybody can copy and paste and put that up there. It's not until you get in front of that camera and flub it up. And, I love it. Sometimes, Lily, you're working on people, or you're doing makeup, or you're doing, hairstyling and stuff. I mean, you need, and I don't know if you guys have seen that live I did the other day. It's called, Are You Doing Facebook Deads? Because there are a lot of people out there that are doing Facebook Deads. They really are. Hi, I'm so excited. Would you join my business?
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, by the way, man, this is phenomenal.
Oh, that's funny.
And one of my old longtime friends, and that we've been friends online and in businesses together for years and years and never met face to face. We're going to meet for the first time in Nashville. Bill Sheesby, and he's in his 70s. He's like 5 or 6 years older than me. I hate saying that because that means in 5 or 6 years I'll be 70. But actually, in 3 years. But anyways, wow, why did I say that? Oh, anyways, he called and we were talking. He says, "Yeah, I know. Half the time I call you, I get a text back saying you're doing a Facebook Live, or maybe it's some of these people are doing Facebook Deads." I'm like, I can't believe you just said that. That's hilarious. I got to do a live on that.
That's awesome.
People wonder. I was talking to a couple of people yesterday, and I said, "Did you see what I was talking about?" "Well, I'm doing lives." I said, "No, you're not. You're doing Facebook Deads." I would not, and I'm trying to be honest and upfront with you, and you'll never hear me say, "I'm just being real here." I hate that. I just do not like that saying.
I know you don't like that.
I don't like that saying. I don't know what it is about it, but I just don't like it. But I do want to be honest and upfront with people. And when they ask me, if you ask me, what are you doing? Smile. I look at you guys doing your lives, and you ladies, you've got beautiful smiles, and you look excited, you look happy. Troy always looks, excited about what's going on. But I've seen some of our team that they get on these lives, and it's like we've got Boost, we've got Brain, we've got Display. You have no excuse. What is wake up? Act like. So here's what I'm telling the new people. Don't do a long one. Don't do a long. When you first start doing Facebook Lives, do a 1 or 2 minute one. Something that you can be excited for 1 or 2 minutes, right? For 1 minute, can you smile for 1 minute? Can you just smile for 1 minute, You just, but act excited at least, because if you come to me afterwards and you say, "Ron, how was my live?" I'm going to say, "It was dead. You did a Facebook dead. You now need to, listen to the song, 4 days late, that I shared the other day. And hopefully Lazarus will come forth because you need to wake up."
Engage, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it makes all the difference in the world. I get a lot of engagement now in my lives. And it's not all from, people in the business. It's from people all over the place. I'm just an old gray-haired Santa, but I get responses from people saying, "Man, I love your energy. I love, and I'm not Aaron. Aaron's off the hook. Aaron doesn't really do very many lives at all. If you look on his profile, he hardly ever does it. But I think he's gotten to the point where he's got so much engagement, just people reaching out now, that he doesn't have to.
Right.
I don't particularly want to get to that point. I love doing lives. I'll probably do lives at, Super Affiliate. Maybe not as many, but people need to know, that you've got a dog that bites your arm off. They need to know that you got a grandson that, as Thomas calls it, erupting. Am I erupting you bad now? So have fun. Let's get you guys to 25K. I don't care what I get. Even if I was a 5K now, I'd be trying to get you to 25K. No.
Yes.
We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. You need to have it in here. you need to make sure that, and don't hesitate. If you've got a question, if you want to talk to me, this group right here, and as people from Carlos's group get to 5K, I'm going to move them over to here. Okay.
Mhm.
But this group is going to have my undivided attention.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ron.
Awesome.
I want you to be able to become the leadership that you need to be. Leadership isn't about, carrying the flag and rah all that. Leadership is about creating leaders.
That's correct.
That's why I'm so passionate about this 5K factory. Every success I've had in network marketing has been based on that. Not 5K because it's been other ranks, but creating a factory of just making these people. And I totally forgot about that. That's what I did, but I forgot about, teaching people to do that.
Yeah, it's crazy. You do forget, but yeah, you're right. Absolutely agree with you. Thank you, Ron, for everything.
Well, and Lily, you're subconsciously, you guys are doing it, but it now needs to be that, unconscious confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you just know that here's the next step. I can drive and text, don't ever do that, but because I have that unconscious competence now, and I can bring people in and throw them into the factory, boom, boom, boom. I don't have to.
Now we have to just envision that those are going to be our leaders, and then let them know to get leaders. And
right, you will never have a walk away from business if you are the only leader, no matter what rank you are.
Yeah.
You need to get to that point where Lily, I don't worry about your team. I reach out to your team. Meredith, I don't worry about you. Troy, I don't worry about your teams. Because if Carlos, I don't worry about Carlos's team. I interact, I work with the people every chance I get, but I don't worry about it. I know that if something happens to me and I'm out of commission for a while, I've got leaders that are going to, continue to do what they do, right?
To pull their weight. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And now the leaders need to create more leaders. They need to get that factory going and start popping out leaders. It's like who's the chocolate guy? Wonka, Willy Wonka, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. I love you. I love you dearly.
Thank you so much.
This is going to be a phenomenal month. Starting today.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
And as soon as I get access to the system, I will let you know. We'll do another Zoom, and we'll start. I'll show you how to start going through.
Definitely. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate it.
Do you have a few moments, Ron, after your meeting, just to?
Yeah. I'll just stop recording now, and if you want to stay on,
Okay.
we will talk.
All right. Thank you, God. Thank you so
you.
much, Ron. This was